नमस्कार. आयच्या डिबेटात तुमकां सगळ्याक येवकार. विशय आसा तो CRZाचो. CRZाची मर्यादा 100 वेल्यान 50 मिटराचेर हाडपा वेल्यान बोवाळ सुरू जाला. खूब जाणांक दिसता की हो जो ड्राफ्ट नोटिफिकेशन आसा, अजून फायनल नोटिफिकेशन जालें ना, पूण तें ड्राफ्ट नोटिफिकेशन काडपा फाटलो हेतूच दुबावीत आसा. खरेंच वस्तुस्थिती कितें आनी 100 50 जाल्यार लुकसाण जातलें काय फायदो जातलो देशाक, हाजेर आमी भासाभास करता. 3 मानेस्तां म्हणजे पयली आसात ती म्हळ्यार गोवा बचाव अभियानाची कन्व्हेनर आणि गोंयांतली नामनेची एक्टिव्हिस्ट सबिनाबाई मार्टीन, स्वागत तुमचें. दुसरे आसात म्हणजे भाजपाचे ज्येश्ठ फुडारी आणि गोंयचे आदले पर्यटन मंत्री दिलीप बाब पळळेकर, स्वागत. आणि तिसरे आसात क्रेडायचे आदले अध्यक्ष आणि गोंयांतले नामनेचे उद्देजक निलेश साळकार, स्वागत. सबिना, सुरवात तुमचे कडच्यान करता. तुम्ही ऑलरेडी सांगला की तुम्ही विरोध करतात. कित्याक ओपोजिशन?
जे पयली नियम आसले 100 मिटर्स सेटबॅक, ते कांय कारणां खातीर असले. सो आमकां तर कोस्ट प्रिजर्व करपाक जाय जाल्यार ही बंदी घालप सामकी गरजेची. 50 मिटर तर आमी फुडें हाडले जाल्यार जो पर्पज जो आशिल्लो पयली 100 मिटर्स तो डिफीट जातलो. एक आतां 100 मिटर्स कांय कारणाक लागून आतां कन्स्ट्रक्शन येता. जी कोस्टल एरिया जी आसता ती सदां पोरस आसता आणि जंय तर कन्स्ट्रक्शन आयले अशें लायक से टॉयलेट फॅसिलिटीज येयली जाल्यार हे सगळे सुवेज हितून वयता, उदकान वता. आणि सेकंड, आतां जे क्लायमेट चेंज जाता आमी पळयला की आतां सॉयल इरोजन आमचे सामके मोठ्या प्रमाणात ते वाडला. लास्ट टायम कांदोली आणि जेन्ना ते एरिया उदक जेन्ना उंच येयल्ले तेन्ना आख्खी कितें म्हणटा ती रेंव पळयली ती व्हांवन गेली. सो मच सो इतले डॅमेज जाल्ले की जे शॅक्स आणि कितें बिजनेसीस सायडीन आसले ते उदक भितर गेले. आणि आतां आमी सरकारा कडेन कॉम्पेन्सेशन मागता. सो ते एक जालें. दुसरी गोष्ट, आमची जी कोस्टल एरिया आसा ती सामकी नाजूक आसा, फ्रजायल आसा. ती कांयचे लायक आमचे प्रोटेक्टेड स्पिशीज जे आसा, टर्टल्स या हॉर्सशू क्रॅब, आनी तांकां ही एक प्रोटेक्टेड स्पिशीज, तांकां तर आमी प्रोटेक्शन दिना जाल्यार हे सामके नश्ट जातले. सो खूब कारणां आसा की आमी ह्या जे एरिया जे आसा तेका आमी प्रोटेक्ट करपा जाय, जी एरिया. आणि हायटायड लायनचे भायर जे कितें आमचे डेव्हलपमेंट जावपाक जाय ते हायटायड लायन जे आसा तेचे भायर जावपाक जाय. सो इट बेनिफिट्स बोथ. आमकां आमचे एनवायरमेंट आमी प्रोटेक्ट करता, प्लस आमचे लायव्हलीहूड आणि सस्टेनेबल डेव्हलपमेंटाक आमी इम्पॉर्टन्स दिता.
निलेश बाब, प्रश्न तो उरता की सस्टेनेबल डेव्हलपमेंटात जेन्ना मुद्दो येता तेन्ना 100
start, I would just like to clarify some things about this draft. First of all, this is not a Goa-centric regulation.
Correct.
This is
Central
regulation is a central act, and it doesn't end with this. It provides for making detailed coastal zone management plans. Until those are made, these regulations mentioned in this are not going to be applicable. It very clearly says that till you have a coastal zone management plan in place, all the earlier regulations will apply. You will still be building outside 200. Only if the government of Goa takes action and formulates this plan, which plan should be in line with the earlier guidelines issued, only then the 50-meter thing will be applicable. So it is not a blanket thing. It is not that.
Correct.
That is number one. Second thing, there are some new zones which are being added in this. And it clearly specifies all sorts of eco-sensitive areas, right from what you mentioned about horseshoe crabs, turtle nesting sites. Everything has been taken care of in this. So I feel that our aim should be to prepare that coastal zone management plan rather than attack a notification like this, which I feel will be beneficial not only from a developer's point of view.
एक गजाल सामकी लोकांक कळपा खातीर की 100 वेल्यान जेन्ना 50चेर हाडटात तेन्ना सगळ्यांत पयलीं लोकांची तकल्या प्रश्न येता कित्याक. Why do you think, what is एक आरोप जाता की the intention behind this can be dubious. How do you counter it?
It is not reduced from 100 to 50, it is reduced from 200 to 50. And it is been reduced to 100 which was on the coast, on the river fronts. That has been reduced to even lower than 50.
For islands, it is up to 20 meters.
yeah.
Exactly. So
Construction,
when you say 100, it is a misleading thing. 100,
For
it is not-
various
it has been
categories.
reduced to 50 meters in case of not reduced. It has been notified as 50 in this case, but it will be applicable only if the coastal zone management plan is prepared and approved.
Correct.
Okay, so I feel that we should be looking at tackling that plan rather than opposing a notification like this.
No, the only question is की 50 कित्याक कारण एक तकलें येता की जेन्ना कमी करतात तेन्ना जशी सबिनाबाईन
50
म्हळें देयर वॉज अ
करता म्हळ्यार-
पर्पज बिहायंड मेकिंग इट 200 or 100.
See, we should not
50
try to
तो पर्पज डिफीट जातलो काय ना.
we should not try to read a purpose into it only in Goa, because as I said earlier, this notification is a national notification.
Correct.
So it has not been made with Goa in mind. Now in Goa we may have apprehensions about bringing it to 50. So that is something that you can address in the zone management plan.
See, but
See, each state is very clearly mentioned that each state will have to make its own coastal management.
The state
See,
is state is empowered.
State is empowered.
yeah, but when you have a national plan
See,
act,
national
na,
plan is not
which
going
says
to
50,
affect you in Goa.
they are going to make plans based on what is the guideline that is coming. If 50 meters approved, your coast, they will make their plans.
So who will make the plan?
The state will make the plan. So,
So,
when
but there you
the
have,
groups,
you have
we-
you
state,
have the
so
chance to go and object and make
Yeah, but
positive
we-
suggestions to that plan. My apprehensions about Goa is that GBA is that once you make objections to certain things, you are not coming out with any constructive suggestions.
no,
So
we
you are saying they
we
have
are
to come out.
cons-
What
Yeah,
you are
you
saying
bring
is they have to come out with constructive suggestions in the coastal zone management plan,
plan,
rather
absolutely.
than just
Just
opposing
pointing
this
out that
draft.
150
Okay.
meter
No, I'll
line.
come. I'll come to you.
Yeah.
We'll take the state and I'll come to you.
Yeah.
एक तुम्ही पर्यटन मंत्री आशिल्ले, तुम्ही तुमचो पक्ष आज सत्तेर आसा, तुम्ही आणि तुमच्याच केंद्र सरकाराचे हो ड्राफ्ट नोटिफिकेशन दे हॅव रेज सम जेन्युइन कन्सर्न. निलेश बाब म्हणटा की पॅनिक जावपाची गरज ना, हावकू करपा नाका, रादर देन लेट अस फोकस ऑन व्हॉट इज क्लियरली एनविसाज्ड
Let
इन
us
द
take the
ड्राफ्ट.
positives. Let us work towards positives in the
तुम्ही
plan.
कशें करून पळयता गोंयचे दृश्टींतल्यान, कारण तुम्ही गोंयचे पर्यटन मंत्री आशिल्ले, 50 मीटर गोंयाक परवडटा काय 100 मीटर परवडटा काय 200 मीटर परवडटा?
म्हाका ह्या वेळार इतकें सांगिनशें दिसता की 2013 सालान जेन्ना चिरंजीवी आमचे सेंट्रलाचे टुरिजम मिनिस्टर असले, तेज्या नंतर आमचे दोतोर शर्मा हे जे टुरिजम मिनिस्टर आसा, हे दोनूय मिनिस्टरा कडेन एज हांव टुरिजम मिनिस्टर म्हणून जेन्ना कॉन्फरन्स ऑल इंडियाचे चलतालें त्या वेळार हांवें आमच्या गोंयचो प्रश्न म्हणून थंय हांवें त्या कॉन्फरन्साक मांडलेलो, मेमोरंडम दिल्लो, अर्ज केल्लो, इतकेंच की आमी सी गोवा इज अ व्हेरी स्मॉल प्लेस आनी गोंयान प्रत्येक दिसा डेव्हलपमेंट जाता. तेज्या बरोबर एलोंग द कोस्टल लायन आमचे गोंयकार, नीज गोंयकार आसात पळय, नुस्तेकार आसूं, जे दर्यार वचून बाकीचे बारीक मोठे धंदे करपी हे लोक आसा, आनी हे लोकांक जर आमी प्रोटेक्ट करतले, हे लोक जर आतां ते थोड्या कडेन कितें बारीक धंदो केल्यान जर पयशे येता आनी ते पयशे जाल्या नंतर जर एखादें घर बांदतले जाल्यार हे CRZचे प्रॉब्लम असल्या कारणान तांकां घर सुद्दां बांदूंक रिपेर करपाक प्रॉब्लम जाताले. म्हणून हो प्रश्न आमी केंद्र सरकारच्या दरबारान व्हेल्लो आनी म्हाका इतकें दिसता की गोंया जे टुरिजम आसा दिसान दीस वाडत आसा, हे सस्टेनेबल टुरिजम करतलो, टुरिजम आनीक जर वाडयतलो जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता जे कायदो सेंट्रल सरकारान हाडला हो बरोबर आहा आनी इतक्या खातीर बरोबर आसा. एज अ टुरिजम म्हणून म्हाका काय हे आहले डिफिकल्टीज आहल्यो. एखाद्यो टॉयलेट्स आसा पळय ते रिपेर करतलो जाल्यार मेळनासले, फॉरगेट डेट नवे टॉयलेट. एखादे जर स्टेप्स करतलो जाल्यार करूंक मेळनासले. एखादो रॅम्प करतलो जर, आय वॉज अ कॅप्टन मिनिस्टर, तेन्ना एखादो जर रॅम्प रिपेर करतलो जाल्यार ते मेळनासल्यो. अश्यो खुबश्यो
तुम्ही म्हणटात की रेग्युलेशन सध्याच्या हातूंत भितर इतली स्ट्रिंजंट आसात
हय.
की ज्यो गजाली गरजेच्यो आसात त्यो सुद्दां करपाक मेळना.
The regulation
खातीर
as it
म्हाका
exists today
Yeah.
does not permit you to build individual houses. It permits hotels in the 200 to 500, but it does not allow you to build houses. With this regulation, people resident of that area will be allowed to build houses, repair their own houses. So this is a very positive thing.
गोंय आमचे नीज जे गोंयकार आसा पळय तांकां व्हडलें रिलॅक्सेशन मेळटलें. जे आपली घरां जी आसा पळय ती घरां बांदपाक तांकां मेळटलें. ह्या
तुम्ही
खातीर
म्हणटात ज्या जी गरजेची गजाली करपाक मेळनाशिल्ल्यो
हय.
त्यो हाका लागून मेळटल्यो.
हय.
म्हाका सविना एक सांगात, ताजो निलेशाचो एक व्हेरी व्हॅलीड पॉयंट आहा. तो म्हणटा की रादर देन ओपोजिंग द ड्राफ्ट इट इज क्लियरली एनविसाज्ड ते तुम्ही कोस्टल झोन मॅनेजमेंट प्लॅन स्टेटीन तयार करपाचो. So state is empowered to do that. All your suggestions and energy should be diverted to that rather than opposing this.
See, this draft notification is opposed by many organizations across the country. आणि जे आम्ही म्हणटा की फिशिंग कम्युनिटी बेनिफिट जातले, it is not. In fact, आता जी परिस्थिती हा, the fishing community is getting displaced from its traditional occupation because a lot of other activities are coming in this coastal area. So, and there is a conflict. You will be knowing as a tourism minister also that there has been a conflict. At sports, you allow certain tourism activity like say sports, water sports. Tenka te hang
I fully agree with
then
you on
there
this
is
point.
a
But
thing.
I see it as a problem of execution, not of the policy.
Yeah, no. See, the thing is, so
See,
many things are coming up.
When you have a sports operator with a fishing net, there will be a problem saying that म्हणजे जाळ्या वयल्यान ताणें बोट वयली, जाळे पिनले, सगळें जावंक शकता. But this is not a problem of the policy. It is a problem of the execution.
No, but
you
you're
can
giving
just
a
demarcate
right.
those zones and enforce those regulations over there.
See, earlier you must also keep in mind that earlier the population on the coast was very sparse. Okay, I remember even in our childhood when we went to the beaches, there were hardly any houses. Now with the tourism boom, the entire area has become so thickly and densely populated. And if you allow this kind of
No, what are you saying? You are saying that the carrying capacity
is
of our
not there.
beaching is already over.
Is over, and this is cause whatever we have, whatever position that we are in, we are already destroying our beaches. And you just see the kind of erosion
So
that is
let us
taking
not
place.
do it further.
Not do it further. I'm telling you, like in Siridao, people are going to the beach to. Family picnics are going. I just in this May we went. So much of garbage. See, wherever there is, you promote any activity which is closer. There's so much of garbage. There is a beach cleaning. There are people put on the beach. But this garbage which is within that range is going into the water. You get into the water, you're getting.
Okay. Now these are some practical points.
Again, my point is the garbage is not a policy issue. The policy does not generate garbage. People using the beaches generate
So
garbage.
she made a point that the carrying capacity
See,
of
it's
our
also
beaches.
not there.
I
Any
agree.
human
See,
activity.
These are two issues.
No,
They're
that
two
human
different-
activity
They're
generates.
completely two different
निलेश
issues.
बाब, एकच गजाल न्ही की तांचें म्हणणें आहे की आमची कॅरिंग कॅपॅसिटी ऑलरेडी एक्झॉस्ट जाल्ली आसा. अशी परिस्थिती भितर 100 वेल्यान किंवा 200 वेल्यान 50 वचप मायट बी मोर डेट्रिमेंटल. यू एग्री विथ दॅट?
I wouldn't say it is detrimental. I wouldn't say it is detrimental. My point is, once you still have a chance to regulate those by putting in policies in your management plans.
So put safeguards in the management plan.
See,
Can we manage the sea waves coming in? This is natural elements. We have no control over that. We have control over the development.
Erosion has been a problem all over the world. It is not limited to Goa.
No,
nor
I'm
India. It
talking
is
even of the
happening-
damage
it is
of
happening
the
everywhere.
because of
It is
this
happening
climate
everywhere.
change.
No,
There has been a complete
मागे एक गजाल,
turn of
as per the
events.
flexibility of in the new policy, there can be some areas where you can develop till 50 meters. There can be some areas where you have to be hundreds. There can be some areas where you have to be 200, 500 also.
Absolutely.
If
What,
there are
what
mangroves.
you're saying is the part of the coastal zone
It
management plan.
it depends upon the area to area.
Yes, absolutely.
Are you
Now,
okay
for
as an
example,
industry? Are you okay with such kind of plan where the line is as per the ecology of that particular area? Are you okay with that?
I'm perfectly fine with it. To give you a counter example, we have so many headlands in Goa, flat tablelands which drop straight down. So what is the point in restricting development to 200 and 500 meters on such headlands? You could relax it to that side, but wherever the beaches are there, you bring them back. So it is a problem that you can tackle in the planning of the
in a micro
micro plan.
Yeah, this is a macro. You are saying this is a macro policy.
Macro policy, we
Tackle
have-
these issues in the micro plan. That's what he's
Yeah,
saying.
what I'm
Before
trying
going
to,
to the
when we are making policies, they have to be based on scientific studies. Okay, so when we look at our ecological situation in the country, look, now take for example mangrove area. Okay, there are studies why the mangrove are important. So when you are making a policy that you want to utilize the mangrove area, you should see what are the repercussions. Ata here policy in what they have done, they have allowed for huts in the mangrove area. Now when you have huts in the mangrove area, wherever there is human habitation, somebody is going to stay, then there are problems. No, you will need transport, you will cook there, then you will have sewage, you will have, where are they going to go? So you have to think long
So
term
even the
plan.
recommendations to this have actually been made under a committee of one Dr. Shailesh Naik, where all these things have been considered. And the policy has been made based on representations of various stakeholders. So to say that this has just been a harebrained policy is also not
या
correct.
संदर्भात तुम्ही म्हाका एक गजाल सांगा हो मुद्दो सदांच येता की आमच्या गोंयच्या बिचांची कॅरिंग कॅपॅसिटी काबार जाल्या सो 1 मिटर सुद्धा आनी कितें तरी करप भितर म्हळ्यार आमी आनी वजन घालतले आनी डिस्ट्रक्शन करतले हो आर्ग्युमेंट येता तुम्ही कशें करून पळयता हेजे कडेन
नो सी एक्झॅक्टली तसो प्रश्न ना. आता जर आमी हांगा वचत कळंगुटी वचत न्ही जाल्यार कळंगुटी मोठ्या प्रमाणात लोक येतात. कांय अशे बीच आसात पळय त्या जाग्यार कमी लोक येतात इतक्याकूच लागून थंय फॅसिलिटीज ना. कळंगुटी पयली डिव्हलप जाल्या कारणान थोड्यो फॅसिलिटीज आसा म्हणून आमी एकाच चश्मांतल्यान पयले म्हणून जावचें ना. म्हाका दिसता
सो यू ऑल्सो सपोर्ट एरिया वायज डिमार्केशन ऑफ
हय,
सीआर
थोडे बहुत आतां मॅनग्रोव्ज आहा म्हणटा पळय थंय थोडोसो कायद्याक हें करूं येता की बाबा थंय बाबा हें कांय करप ना कित्याक
If you really want to treat
आमकां खबर आसा त्या खातीर तें करप ना. पूण हो कायद्या खातीर खंय तरी अडचण हाडप किंवा आमी तो नाका म्हणप हें जावचें ना. इतक्याक
तितून
लागून
बरयल्लें
हितून
आसा.
खुबशे लोक आसा पळय गोंयकारांक फायदो जातलो.
ना, तुमकां एक example दिता.
फुडें सरपाक आमकां
Some days back there was a news item about a beach in Thailand which has been completely closed down for tourists, citing environmental hazards. They say that we let the beach recuperate, give it 4-5 years time. Are we in a position to do something like that, or do we want to do something like that? Can you stop people from coming to Kalangut beach saying that for 6 months or 8 months in a year we are going to shut down the beach? So those are the drastic steps that other nations are taking.
But if you overdevelop, we will reach a situation where we may have to shut down. So before we reach that
I'll
situation, we have to.
just put this argument in a different perspective. First तुम्ही सांगात म्हणजे हांव सबिनाक विचारता एक आर्ग्युमेंट जो पॉलिसी भितर पॉलिसी मेकर्सांनी घाला तो म्हळ्यार ह्या लेजिस्लेशना लागून द अर्लियर लेजिस्लेशन आनी जशें ताणें मागीर द स्ट्रिंजंट रेग्युलेशन्स तांकां लागून आमच्या इको टुरिजम इंडस्ट्रीची ग्रोथ जी जावपाक जाय आशिल्ली फ्रॉम अ कमर्शियल पॉयंट ऑफ व्यू ती खूब रिस्ट्रिक्ट जाल्या एंड इट इज होल्डिंग बॅक अवर पोटेन्शियल. यू एग्री दॅट फाटल्या ह्या 100-200 मिटराच्या कायद्याक लागून
See, ecotourism is a double-edged sword, according to me. Okay, just to give you an example, the route to the Mount Everest is strewn with so much garbage that they cannot clean it, and it is all ecotourism. People are walking over there, no cars, no. So again, that is a matter of enforcement. If you allow garbage bags, if you allow
No, I
plastics
am
to
on
be
policy.
carried.
Whether the earlier policy or the present policy has kept our potential primitive because of that legislation.
No, whatever development you have seen is because of the past policies. I wouldn't deny that. Whatever
नाही ह्याच्यानं आम्ही मुखार व्हरतात 50
पॉलिसी कशी
मिनिटाचेर. त्यांना
असता
आर्ग्युमेंट
तुमकां एक
आशिल्लो
आतां एक्झाम्पल दिता तुम्ही जर लडाखच्यान जर मातशे फुडें गेले न्ही यू आर नॉट अलाउड टू कॅरी प्लास्टीक वॉटर बॉटल्स वीच इज द मोस्ट पहिल्या पावसान आमकां जो प्रॉब्लेम येता इज बिकॉज ऑफ प्लास्टिक्स अँड प्लास्टीक वॉटर बॉटल्स दे गो अँड क्लॉग ऑल. So in those areas, you are not allowed to carry plastic bottles. No retailer will sell you a plastic water bottle. But the replacement is they have got solar-powered water purifiers, which will allow you to fill your own bottles at 5 rupees a bottle. So these are the type of initiatives we need. Stop selling plastic. Stop selling. Only then will people
बट तुमकां
understand.
दिसना की सद्याच्या कायद्याक लागून आमचे पोटेन्शियल रिस्ट्रिक्ट जालां म्हणून
See, the potential for Goa doesn't come only from its beaches, according to me. It comes from our culture, it comes from our alcohol policy, it is not a single point decisions and just people don't come here only because of the beach. They come here because of the food, they come here because of the easygoing nature of the people, they come here because of no inhibitions.
Yeah.
So it is not only the environment that brings you here, because there are better beaches in Karwar, there are better beaches in Sindhudurg. People don't go there.
But
They
if
come here
No,
because
एक
come here
मुद्दो
because-
तोच आसा. हांव तो निलेश बाबा विचारतालो की एक आर्ग्युमेंट हातूंत भितर तोय आशिल्लो जो पॉलिसी मेकर्सा कडच्यानूय बऱ्याच फावटी आयला की this area not only of Goa but the present stringent legislations and the distance has restricted our potential to explore it from the tourism point of view.
See, in fact, it is a proven fact that if we maintain our greens, if we maintain our environment, we get better tourists. Because if you want construction, as you say, there are better places with better construction, and why should they come to Goa? Okay, so or to any coastal area, is people want to enjoy the coastal land, the environment, and we have a topography wherein we have the hills, the forests, the plain. We have a beautiful topography. We have our rivers. So if every place we are going to construct, we are going to lose our tourism policy. In fact, let me tell you, when the first GBA agitation started, what we had shown, which started the movement, was that Baga Hill, which was a beautiful green. We showed the present Baga Hill, and we said if the new RP comes, we will have all these construction. You see whether people will come to Goa to see this Baga Hill, this hill or this hill, and that is what people got aware.
तुमकां
for
दिसता
this
होच प्रश्न
reason.
परत आमची जे पोटेन्शियल आसा देशाचें म्हणा किंवा गोंयचें म्हणा ते सद्याच्या ह्या पॉलिसी लागून की तुमी जशें म्हणा इतली स्ट्रिंजंट आसा पॉलिसी की टॉयलेट सुद्दां रिपेर करपाक मेळना हे रिस्ट्रिक्ट जालां आनी 50 मिटराचेर व्हेल्यार ही रिस्ट्रिक्शन्स कमी जावन इको टुरिजमाच्या दृश्टीन किंवा टुरिजमाच्या दृश्टींतल्यान चड फायदो जातलो
डेफिनेटली कशें आसा पळय की हांवें परत सांगता की गोवा टुरिजम आहा पळय तें दिसान दीस वाडत आसा आमी जो ऑलरेडी फेमस बीचीस आहा कोळंगुटी आसूं कानोळे आसूं सिकेरे आसूं मिरामार आसूं हे बीच डिवलप जाल्या थंयसरली एरिया डिवलप जाल्या आमच्या साळकर बाबान सांगलें की आमच्या गोंयच्याकून आमच्या नॉर्थ गोवा आमच्या म्हणजे महाराष्ट्रा वाटेन आनी कारवार वाटेन बीच आमच्याकून गोंयाकून बरें आसा तरी सुद्दां लोक थंय वचना लोक बिचार किंवा टुरिजम केन्ना वाडटा जेन्ना सगळ्यो सुविधा आसता पळय तेन्ना वाडटा आनी ह्यो सगळ्यो सुविधा जर आमी सगळ्या टुरिजम पॉयंटाचेर जर घालीत कन्स्ट्रक्ट करीत हाडीत जाल्यार टुरिजम वाडटलें सो आमकां कशें आसा जो आमी ज्या भागान अजून पावूंक ना म्हाका याद जाता 2014 साल ते आयज पर्यंत आमचे सावथ गोवा कोलवा सर्कीट म्हणून केल्लें बिकॉज ऑफ दीस CRZ आमी ब्युटिफिकेशन केल्लें टॉयलेट केल्लें
Look at Kolwa, what is it?
सगळें हें केलां आमचें मटेरियल व्हरून दवरलां पण आयज पर्यंत जायना पण थोडी रिस्ट्रिक्शन आसपाक जाय पण रिस्ट्रिक्शन आसून हो कायदो इम्प्लिमेंट जावपाक जाय आनी उदरगत जावपाक जाय इट इज काळाची गरज
Nilesh's point is very he is saying that you need to differentiate between the deficiencies in policy and
See, when you
deficiencies
say
in
that there is
execution.
sewage
let us be
Sewage is a
practical.
matter of execution. It's not a matter of your
It's
policy.
a matter of enforcement.
Yeah, enforcement, correct.
You shut down those hotels. You stop water connections to them.
See,
Bring them online.
Yeah.
We are not able to do that. That is why you see the sewage.
Just
You are
see,
saying
our
don't stop a
system-
progressive policy.
Policy.
See,
Exactly.
our system is so corrupt. Okay, why are we facing these problems today? Is
See,
because
Sabina, you are
of
changing the
no, I'm
goalpost
not
every time.
no, I'm not changing the
If you say
goalpost.
that
I'm
the policy
stating.
is wrong, you are saying there is corruption.
No, are you
See,
saying
it is an all-round
implementation?
problem.
No,
It is
you're
a
talking
problem
about
of
implementation.
implementation.
Today, that implementation is not taking
No,
place.
okay, I ask you
Why?
that.
How
What
that
is
is-
your fear? Your fear is if this is implemented,
Yes.
that same corrupt system, same corrupt people will not give justice to the progressive nature of this draft.
See, no, what I'm saying is, one is keeping that 100 meter is based on sound principles of protecting the environment. Okay, you want to violate that, you want to reduce that because you are saying development will take place. I'm not buying that argument. I'm saying beyond 100 meters and 200 meters you can develop. It's not that we are sending you back into the hinterland. So you go beyond your 200 meters.
No need to go further.
You don't need
War
to go
argument
further.
की
Huh.
जे 50 मिटराचेर गेल्यार चड imbalance तयार
But
जाता.
I am telling you the same thing now. This point can be
Tackled in
easily
the
tackled
micro-plan.
in the micro planning.
Yeah.
So then why do we need in the national plan?
See, we are not. This is a national policy. I gave you another example. On a headland, why do you need to be back 200 meters? See, when you have a headland which is flat rock,
Flat.
sheer cliff dropping down, where is the need to go back 200
200 meters, yeah.
So you relax it at least in those areas.
It depends, see, because each topography
he's-
has got its own.
Correct. So what is Nilesh's point?
scientific-
Nilesh's point is you look at each topography, you tackle them in your micro plan, whichever are sensitive areas, you take them back
But
to
that
200
gives-
meters, 300 meters.
that gives
But
you
whichever are not
license.
sensitive, you bring them to 50
No, that-
meters.
that-
There is
that
my
gives
point is
you
there is no point in
license.
objecting to this draft. But when the coastal zone management plan, you put your positive energies to
Yeah.
it and give it
It-
positive suggestions. See,
See,
I'll tell
what
you,
will happen,
the
they
more
will
you
use
delay,
this as a
more you
framework.
delay policy documents, the more illegalities you will have.
No, what will happen is they'll use this as a national framework and say if it is permitted over there, why can't we do? Why
तुझी
it
भय
is
कितें
so?
की हे दाखयतल्यान सगळीकडे 50 मीटर करतले म्हणून.
Yes, it is. It will happen. And
That is a fear.
That which one? It
सगळे
is-
50 मीटर
Why you
करतले हे
think there is
वापरतले
a change?
Okay.
Why there is
How
a
do you
lobby
address
which
this
is there?
fear?
No.
द फियर इज दॅट की हाजो वापर करून द सिस्टम विल से की चल 50
it is
मीटर
a-
करूया and you will use it for ulterior motives.
It
No,
is a fact.
I
You
see
see
her-
the way
I
it is,
understand her apprehensions.
Yeah.
I understand her apprehensions because the past record does not justify.
Does not build confidence.
Does not build confidence. Okay, but things are bound to change. We are here to change things. You cannot live on something that has gone wrong in the past. Not that we cannot correct it now. We can take every effort.
But what I'm saying
telling
is 100 meters, 50 now you have 100 meters.
But
जैसे
you are
पहाड़
not
में
understanding
टूट
my
जाएगा
point.
ना,
I am
if
telling you,
you-
Sabina,
if you
wherever you
do
want
that,
100 meters, you keep it at 100
Yeah,
meters.
but let
Yes.
it be justified 100 meters.
Let it be justified.
Okay. दिलीप बा म्हाका एक गजाल सांगात फायनल ताजे भंय आसता सादो आसा की सिस्टम अशी काम करता की सिस्टम फक्त दिसता की गिरेस्ता खातीर काम करता आणि तितलेंच न्ही की हे एक शब्द धरतले 50 मिटराचो सगळे 50 मिटर करतले आणि थंय सगळ्याक ओव्हर डेव्हलपमेंट करून मॅस करून उडयतले हो जो तांचो भंय आसा तो भंय तुम्ही कसो एड्रेस करता
Plus environment destruction.
See, and
It's not
Nilesh
just,
Babu has given you a very beautiful suggestion that in that zone you go by the topography of each area
And really you
fix
don't
it.
need.
So,
I'll give
any
you the
कशें
example.
आसा की हो जो आसा पळय ड्राफ्ट प्लॅन आसा पळय तो प्रत्येक स्टेटी घेतलो आनी प्रत्येक स्टेट आपणाक त्या हेज्या प्रमाणे सुविधा प्रमाणे आनी आपणाक जावो पळय तसो तयार करतलो आतां बाय साबिना मार्टिनाचें जें कितें म्हणणें आसा पळय जांकां कितें फियर आसा कितें भंय आसा तो त्या वेळार भितर एड करून वो घेवन भितर चेंजीस जर समज खरेंच गरज आसा जाल्यार त्यो आमी करतले न्ही गोंयांक जो CRZ कितें तरी प्लॅन करपाक जावो पळय तो आमी करतले तो भितर प्रश्न घेवन येता पूण हो एका फियरा खातीर कोण एका भया खातीर आमी ह्यो सगळ्यो गोश्टी
tell me,
फाटल्यान
it is not
करता
justified.
How many
कांयच करूंक
times
मेळना
people-
बिकॉज 5 वर्सां हांवें पळयलां एज अ टुरिझम मिनिस्टर म्हणून आसलो सेंट्रलाचे फंड आसले पण हांगा इम्प्लिमेंट करपाक मेळना हांगा कितें
You have
करतलो
to-
जाल्यार करतले
But
जाल्यार
how
करूंक
many
मेळना, असली
times
आहा.
the
पूण
civil
थंय
society is
चार
going to
गोश्टी
court?
आसा पळय ह्यो चार
Because
गोश्टी
the
जर आमी
present 100
करतलो
meters people are
जाल्यार
not
कायदे
adhering to.
कानून
See, that
करून
100 meter-
सरकाराक बरोबर घेवन करपाक जाय
See,
अशें
this
म्हाका दिसता
100 meter
सगळ्या
or
कडेन हो
50
इम्प्लिमेंट
meter.
जावचो ना
Wait a minute. This
Sorry.
100 meter or 50
Or
meters
200
is
meters.
no deterrent for spoiling a beach. Let me give you the example of Kharewada beach. In the heart of Vasco, as a child, we used to go and swim in that beach. Today, I can't even step over there. You just come to Kharewada
Yeah, I
and
know,
tell me.
everything
And
is
this
gone,
this
yeah.
has happened with all your 200-meter restrictions in place.
Yes, that's what I'm
So
saying.
so
So
Bhageshwar-
you're supporting my point that even after having
No, Nilesh
200
is saying-
meters,
Nilesh
even
is
after having
saying
200
that- Nilesh is
meters,
saying
you
that let
still
us
have
stop-
violations.
let us
That's what I'm saying.
Separate enforcement from the policy.
Policy, exactly.
And let us look
No,
both
but
of
Let us
them in
strengthen the
isolation.
enforcement.
No,
Let us
you-
strengthen the
या
enforcement.
हांव इतल्याचेर थांबता म्हगे टायम सारको सोंपला म्हाका एक बरी हांगा डिस्कशन जालें पॉयंटूय लोकांक कळटलो की खंयचीय गजाल प्रोग्रेस जर करपाक जाय जाल्यार कांय रिस्क आसतात आनी कांय कॉन्फिडन्साचे प्रश्न आसतात हांगा इतलेंच म्हणणें आहा की जेन्ना मायक्रो प्लॅन स्टेट तयार करतली तेन्ना त्या मायक्रो प्लॅना भितर आमचे मॅक्झिमम कन्सर्न्स वचपाक जाय आनी ते एड्रेस जावपाक जाय कारण अल्टिमेटली गोंय उरचें हें प्रत्येकाक दिसता पण ताजे खंयच इम्बॅलन्सूय जावची न्ही एनवायरमेंटल फेनेटिझमूय जावची न्ही आनी डेव्हलपमेंट फेनेटिझमूय जावची न्ही तो एक इम्बॅलन्स उरचो ताच्या खातीर निलेश बाबान जो मुद्दो सांगलो की तुम्ही एरिया वायज वचात टोपोग्राफी वायज वचात आणि ज्या जाग्यार जितली तुमकां सेन्सिटिविटी दिसता त्या प्रमाणे ठरयात ते इंडस्ट्रीकूय बऱ्या पडटलें आनी एनवायरमेंटाकूय बऱ्या पडटलें सबिना बायकी सजेशन आहा की जेन्ना प्लॅन रेडी जाता तेन्ना तुमचोय फूल फ्लॅज सजेशन्स ती वचू दी कारण अल्टिमेटली एक चॅक्स एंड बॅलन्स तुमी ती जातलें इतलेंच मागता इतलेंच मागता आनी थांबता आयली इतली बरी तरेन मतां मारली थँक्स अ लॉट पवित्रा नमस्कार